There you have it, guys. Orc against Undead on Ancient Isles. The map that we have seen before. Let's introduce the players again. The Grey Orc player will be Mannerhack. Somebody that is also unknown to me. But hopefully we find ourselves in a better game, more entertaining game, and a game that will at least deliver a game that will last longer than 50 minutes without being like as one-sided as we have seen it today. So Mannerhack as the Grey Spawning Orc player. All hopes on you, man. All hopes on you. And on the other side of Ancient Isles, we have his opponent waiting to secure himself a win in GERA Cup tournament history yet again. It's Cechi, aka the Baby Rage. He wants to win that game, yeah, as much as almost no other, but sometimes he just stands himself in the way of securing these important victories. Can he be successful on Ancient Isles against the Orc player? A matchup that is of course always favored for the Orc, unless your name is 120 and you defeat pretty much everyone in the world. But yeah, let's see how Cechi can play this game here. He goes for the late graveyard, but still the kind of somewhat of a TED BO or 120 BO. And earlier today, I watched Cechi's Warcraft stream. I think it should be still live, and you should be still able to see his play there if you want to go for that. And he watched a lot of 120 replays that he recently discovered, either from a friend that he has, a Chinese friend that actually gave him to them via QQ chat, or maybe he's just in contact with 120, I'm not so sure. I knew that he was in contact with WFZ and that he was in contact with TED for quite some time. So he picked up on some replays and watched them earlier today to figure out how this 120 guy is actually playing against all the races and what kind of subtle cues he can pick up to improve his own game. And yeah, let's see if he can really do that. We're gonna have the first Acolyte Scout seeing what's going on. Mannerhack, Voodoo launch is a little bit late. He doesn't want to have a super early one to pick up the healing salves immediately. Blade Master is already on the run and wants to go for the shop here. Will sell his Town Ball, will grab a Circlet of Nobility, and he's doing that right now. Is he going for the Orange Camp on the Underplayer side, which will of course be great if he can pull that one off, because you can deny experience, you can steal creeps from your opponent's side, which is always great. And then later, Cechi cannot fall back into that camp and get as much experience as he would like to get. We have an Acolyte Scouting that runs into the creeps. This is something that you do not see by 120's replays or 120's replays. Cechi, you should definitely improve your game there. First mistakes have been made. Sheep is killed. Wants to go for the skeletons. Should have done that earlier, I think. Like on the road, he should have killed like a critter and went for the 2 skeletons to have like a better scouting information, that he can send them in different places. Blade Master found himself a Claws of Attack +6. The nuts are already there. The item that he was hoping for was granted. And now needs to make the journey to his main base again without being found by the DK, so that he will coil him to death. But as it seems, Mannerhack doing a really good job there, is running now over to the Voodoo launch, grabs up the healing salves and will heal up in no time. This the second run, I feel. Yeah, this should be the second run. Cechi sees, oh, you know, I know what you did, and I'm going to finish the rest of the creep that you just left for me. DK is taking care with the 2 skeletons. First Fiend is coming out. 3 ghouls are harvesting lumber. Here, 2 tech is 50% done. On this side, it's like 40% done, so slight tech advantage for the Undead player. Is Mannerhack really going for the Goblin Merchant creep? He bought the Boots of Speed already for his hero. And yeah, it seems like it. Only 2 healing salves and a speed scroll. Usually you see Orc players pick up 6 healing salves, because then they can creep the entire mid game and use these healing salves to heal up their units again. Cechi uses the skeletons that he got earlier from the Rod of Necromancy, as well as the first Fiend, to secure himself some more experience points towards the middle of Ancient Isles. And now they are basically creeping next to each other, try to go up in levels. Level 2 for the DK if he finishes that camp in time. Level 2 for the Blade Master, and a replenishment potion dropped earlier here for the Blade Master. So in the end, we're gonna see level 2 for both of the players. Dust of Appearance being used there by Cechi. Beautifully done to prevent the Blade Master from stealing that important creep. Second Fiend is coming out here, 2 tick about to be finished. Blade Master is still searching for him, roaming over the map, looking for his target. Sees the corpse on the ground, sees that this is still pretty fresh, and is now curious to find the Undead player. And it seems like the sneaky kind of creeping is not going to happen. I thought he might steal the red camp here with the DK and the 2 Fiends, but maybe this is too much without a Rod of Necromancy and only 1 skeleton to tank that one up. The Fiend finds the Orc player nonetheless. Blade Master immediately going at the Fiend while the Grunts are creeping the camp, but this, he should be careful here. DK is already part of the gig here and is just waiting to steal creeps or kill one of the Grunts if he's not careful enough. 4 Grunts and 1 Blade Master it is for now. Tier 2 is being hit. We have a Shadowhunter coming out, which is of course a perfect choice for the Orc player. We're now waiting to see what he's deciding to go for. He just goes for 1 Bestiary. He's not going for the Spirit Lodge, so this should indicate that he prefers to have a fast tier 3 take with 1 Barracks, 1 Bestiary. Speaking of a fast tier 3 take, Undead player already starting his take a while ago. It's 30% done, no Lich yet, 4 Fiends are creeping. Burrow is being researched, Slaughterhouse is being started. And we do have a Spirit Lodge, so a delayed tier 3 take. With that Shadowhunter, he will have a phase in the game where the map control for the Orc player is just ridiculous. And this is about to happen. As soon as the Shadowhunter comes out, you have the first lockdown potential on the map where you can creep pretty much whatever you want and the Undead player cannot even leave his base. And can never take a fight unless you have Destroyers out on the field as well as the Orb of Corruption. So this opens up a timing window where the Orc player is just so ridiculously strong and you cannot punish him for creeping greedy. Shadowhunter is coming to the party with no healing salves equipped. I think this might be a mistake. He should have bought a few healing salves to heal up his units. Cechi also knows if he finds the Shadowhunter or if he sees the second hero, he should know that there is like absolutely nothing that he can do at this point. Scans for the Blade Master, finds him, slows him down with 1 shot of the Frost Tower. Buys a Rod of Necromancy, starts the first statue. 4 Fiends with Burrow it is for now. Shadowhunter finds the Wand of Illusion that he can use for more scouting purposes. Tier 3 is started. We see the first Raider coming out. The first Spirit Walker should be started in a second as well. And now he also kind of... I'm not sure if this is also smart. Why would you show him your second hero choice? Maybe you want to show your second hero choice to tell him, I got a Shadowhunter, you better stay in your base unless you have Destroyers and Orb ready. Or you just spoil the information by sending the illusion there and showing him like, haha, I got a Shadowhunter. Come my way, bro. Come at me. Maybe you can do something, but probably you cannot. And just imagine if he had bought like a few healing stuff. He could easily heal up right now and transition to the next big camp. Maybe steal even the red one. But now he's like in a pretty bad spot. Tier 3 is done for the Undead player. Cechi is on the way with the Orb of Corruption. Destroyers are not researched yet, nor is he getting a second statue. Blade Master can enter the main base, and this is crucial. He kills the first Acolyte, is going for the second already. The ghouls will try to do something about it. He locks the Blade Master in for a second, but this is not enough. The heroes are not coming back. Blade Master's on his own. He used the speed scroll to maybe kill that Acolyte, but he finds himself in a desperate spot and needs to get away from there. Cechi already pulling the second creep spot towards his heroes. He's not willing to use a coil yet, wants to go up to level 3 before he uses the coil as it feels. Was able to clear the natural expansion while the Shadowhunter is basically idling and grabbed the healing salves in the main base. So this was a timing window that he didn't use. If he only bought the healing salves earlier, he could have transitioned to the level 3 already, could have grabbed that one without going back to the main base. But now, yeah, he's wasting quite some time, and he also creates some space for the Undead player to creep some big camps and gather some experience, even though that there should not have been an opportunity in the first place. So I don't really like that play from the Orc. Mana Stone for the Shadowhunter, of course a great item. Blade Master is hanging in here, stealing experience point from the Shadowhunter again. Mannerhack doing a few mistakes here all over the place. Tier 3, is that one done? Yeah, Tier 3 is already done, but we do not have a Wormel yet, so he cannot upgrade the Boros, nor can he get a Kodo Beast. Dispel is done. We have one Walker with Dispel. He didn't use Spirit Link yet. Undead player on the other side was creeping here. A health down dropped for him. We have a level 2 Lich already with Nova as well as the Frost Armor. That is great for the Undead player. Level 3 DK as well. Blade Master is going on the journey again. No more speed scroll yet because he used it before. And that Zapper will never find its target. Explodes on the ghouls. The Blade Master wanted to hit the ghoul but hits the Black Citadel instead. And yeah, Mannerhack, you are not on point. We have a skeleton from Cechi being sent to the laboratory to scan or to check for the creeping. That was pretty well done. Sobi Mask for the Shadowhunter is of course great. Third hero is the Pitlord that he checked by 1-0, and 1-0 is playing this really successful with the Pitlord third. And now he's going for the Boros, even without the Destroyers that are being morphed. We only have one statue and he's not morphing that one. He gets the Boro kills. Nonetheless, we do not have a Town Portal on the side of the Orc player, but we still do have a Town Portal for the Undead. Blade Master kinda got himself into that base without the path of getting out of there. He exploited himself in there, and he cannot get out of there anymore if he's not... Yeah, he's using the trick again, puts one item to the ground, and then he can escape. Beautifully done there by Mannerhack. He probably knows how to play with exploits. But the main base, free reign for the undead player. He will kill all the peons. A few peons got pulled away already, but at some point Cechi needs to get back to his main base. He already lost a few acolytes, he lost the slaughterhouse, and now the orc player has to retreat, but there is no speed scroll, and he will probably get a few pickoffs. The first grunt dies, the second grunt is about to die. One peon arrives in the main base, the second one is coming as well. Beautiful block with the skeletons, and the peons will be sniped here probably by the undead as well, but he killed all the burrows, limited the production forever for the orc player, and this was a really good trade taken by Cechi here. Orc player probably going back to his main base to grab that orb of lightning on his blade master. No, he just got himself a zeppelin now, and he's going for more acolyte kills with that blade. I really liked how he tricked himself into that base and then also went like all the way back with the same trick, lying an item to the ground, walking on top of it, and then you can just use the exploit to pop you in between buildings, and he used it before to get in there. That was pretty cute, but now Cechi can just go on the aggressive. We have like 2 towers doing the trick as well as the 2 ghouls there. Acolyte beautifully microed. Blademaster already dropping low, has to be careful. Of course he got a few more windwalks. Orc army is not coming yet, he's going for the other way, the whole wraparound. This will take so much time to get over the map. Peons are sent into different directions as well to secure himself a few more building or a few more opportunities to create buildings. The burrow will never finish, the mining gold peons are dying, the town portal is being bought by Cechi, and we are yet again in a really crazy game, or not like super crazy game in terms of like crazy plays and stuff, but at least a crazy game in terms of like, in the end it's kinda one-sided, but we have a base race on both sides, so you never know what happens. Blademaster is going at it, will try to kill the ghouls here. He's going for the Black Citadel at the moment, while the orc player, while the under player is trying to kill the tech buildings. And now he used the speed scroll to get out of there. Blademaster is getting to the Zeppelin to escape, and he says bye-bye, and I will be back for more sooner or later. Spirit Tower are almost killing that Zeppelin. That was fairly close. He cannot morph destroyers. Oh, actually he could morph one destroyer to kill the Zeppelin right now. He only needs... Yeah, now he's going for the run. He's going for the chase of the Zeppelin. This one will die, and I think when the Blademaster dies, the game should be over. He knows what's coming. He cannot get the Blademaster out of the Zeppelin as it feels. Spirit Tower kills that one. Drops above the forest, and whenever that happens, your hero dies. GG being called by Mannerhack. GG is called by Cechi. And yeah, he advances to the later stages of the tournament. Mannerhack a few cute plays, but in the end not enough to deal with someone like Cechi.